WATE 6 on your side legal analyst Greg Isaacs is here as we dive deeper into the Supreme Court and the confirmation process. All the talk right now. Greg, as always, thank you for being here.
It's great to be here, Lori.
We're going to start things off simply with an explanation. This is the Supreme Court. We're going Supreme Court 101, the highest court in the land. What does this mean?
It means it's the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court created by Article 3, Section 2 of the Constitution. Here's all appeals and matters regarding a federal question or a constitutional claim. They also have original jurisdiction in lawsuits between the states or if you're an ambassador from another country. They have about 7,000 requests to be heard called writ of certiorari that are filed each year, and only 100 to 150 are chosen. There are 9 justices, Chief Justice Roberts, we have Kennedy, Clarence Thomas, Justice Breyer, Sotomayor, Alito, Kagan, Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh.
And we just lost, obviously, the very powerful voice on that court, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So now the question becomes, how do you feel the appointment? And this is very big because ideological. This can sway the court regarding Roe versus Wade, regarding gender equality, regarding the Second Amendment. So,
and especially now with the presidential election 40 days away, people are saying, wow, there's a rush to make the choice.
And how's it done? Under Article 2, the president exclusively has the power to nominate a prospective justice. It goes to the Judiciary Committee. You hear witnesses pro and con regarding the nominee. Then there's a recommendation. It can be for confirmation, to reject the nomination, or no recommendation. And then it goes to the Senate for a simple majority.
And sometimes these can take a bit of time. We remember Kavanaugh and all the controversy there.
And
it's quick.
And the security checks are the vetting is very thorough by the FBI, by the judiciary. So very, very involved. So it'll be interesting how this can take place in 40-some days. But, you know, it's amazing how politically the Supreme Court, even though it's supposed to be independent and objective, has come under fire. FDR tried to increase the numbers of justices to 15. That was rejected by the Senate.
Didn't work.
But when Buttigieg, the mayor of South Bend, ran for president, he had a plan that now Democrats are floating out if there's a nominee and they control the Senate. That would be a model where you have 5 Democratic justices, 5 Republican justices, and then you let the 10 pick the remaining 5.
Interesting.
An interesting dilemma, but the highest court in the land, and these people impact everyone's life on a daily basis, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But Lori, even when people try to pick someone to the left or the right, when you see those justices, they typically do what they feel is right.
All right. We'll be watching.
We will.
Thank you. Now, if you have a question for Greg, just send an email to askisaacs@wate.com. And be sure to tune in to WATE 6 on your side news at 5:30 every Wednesday to see if he answers any of your legal questions.